Hello and welcome to episode 50 of the Wine Educate podcast, where we explore WSET education, study tips, and practical advice for wine enthusiasts and professionals. I'm your host, Joanne Close. We have made it to 50 episodes. So it feels very milestone-y this week. I had a birthday last week, and we're on episode 50. Lovely. And if you've been with us, you know that every 10 episodes, I ask you guys to share this. But actually, what I'd really like is if you could pop me an email. I would love to know who's listening and what you like the most. Because after all, I'm creating this podcast for you, my WSET students and enthusiasts. And I want to know what you like, so I can make more of that. So shoot me a little email at Joanne, Joanne, at wineeducate.com. Say, hi, and I want to know more about this topic. Or episode 10 was fabulous. I want more of that. Or stop talking about episode whatever. It's not interesting. Whatever. Feedback. If it's constructive, that's okay. I would like your feedback. I would like to know what to do more of. But we are continuing on with our tasting series. I'm having great fun doing this tasting series, and I hope you all are as well. And today we're talking about oak aromas and flavors. I grade those level 3 tasting exams, and if there's a wine in there that has a lot of oak, supposed to have a lot of oak aromas and flavors, I find students will maybe only write down 1 or 2, or, the worst, they'll write down oak, right? We can't write down oak because oak is a cluster and we must say the specific oak aromas and flavors. And I encourage you to write many things down, many things. And maybe we need to sharpen our pencil, as it were, on these oak aromas and flavors. So if you go and have a little look at the level 3 SAT card and see what's under oak aromas and flavors, it really dawned on me that all of these things, most of these things, you probably have them in your house. I'm serious. You probably have them laying around in your house somewhere. So you can do a very fun summer activity and make your own oak aroma kit. I won't say flavors because some of these things you're not going to want to eat, or I don't know. I don't have lawyers to protect me from the consequences if you do eat them. Don't eat these things. We're just smelling them, okay? We're just smelling them. But you can make your oak aroma kit. So let's go through them. Vanilla extract. Vanilla extract is one of these things, believe it or not, you probably still do have it in your house. We don't bake all that much in our house, but Christmas, we make the sugar cookies and you've got to have the vanilla extract. So I go looking around in the cupboard and sure enough, there it is. Oh, and there's also almond extract bonus. Anyway, forgot that was there too. But the vanilla extract, perfect. So there's 1. Butterscotch. Okay. Well, that's like a Werther's candy, right? You may have a butterscotch candy hanging around your house. If not, it's easy enough to go pick one up, but never mind. We're trying to do everything without leaving the house. So maybe you've got that Werther's original that your grandpa gave you. It's in your coat pocket somewhere, perhaps. Oh, these are definitely floating around. The baking spices. So again, go to your baking drawer, cabinet, or wherever you keep these things and see what you got. Cloves, nutmeg, cinnamon, maybe an allspice, so it's a combination of all of them in one. I bet you have at least one of these things in your cupboard. So snatch that, put it with the rest. Ooh, chocolate or cocoa powder. I always keep chocolate stashed in my house, my chocolate reserves, and then the children find it and then, it goes. But never mind. We keep chocolate. During Christmas time, we have chocolate oranges. I stash those all around. Anyway, my chocolate stash was running pretty low. I just upped it the other day with some lovely dark chocolate. Perfect for your oak aroma kit. chocolate cocoa powder, that's going to work too. Okay, ground coffee beans. I know you've got some coffee. Perfect. That's going to work. All right, this one's a bit weird, but I do have a solution for you. So resinous. So resinous meaning like piney. And then I was thinking, cleaning supplies? Pine Sol. Do you have that Pine Sol in your cabinet under the sink? There you go. And now please sniff it with caution, okay? I don't want you guys getting all too much Pine Sol involved, okay? Let's not do that. Charred wood. All right, not many of us have fireplaces here in New Orleans, but I think quite a few of you would have some fireplaces. So you can get a little bit of charred wood, maybe from the grill outside. You probably do have some laying around. Toast. Well, you may have a toaster, may have some bread, make some toast. There you go. There you have it, toast. Easy enough. Dill. Well, we may not have dill. So you may have some in your fridge. You may have some growing in the garden. Maybe you have some in your herb cabinet, perhaps some dill. If you do, lucky for you. That's good. Maybe your neighbor has some. Maybe say, can I have some dill? Coconut. While you may not actually have an actual coconut in your house, and if you do, wow. If you have all these things in your house, by the way, pretty impressive, right? And then you have an instant oak aroma kit. You may not have the coconut, but you know what you do have is suntan lotion. And many suntan lotions, you can have a spring break flashback, are scented with coconut. Kind of smells like you're a walking pina colada, right? So go and see what suntan lotions you have and see if you've got one with coconut. And look at that. You've probably almost got all these things and have created your aroma kit. So now what are we doing? Now we can play a game. So this is when you get your tasting group together and you can get a blindfold or whatever works and go around and smell all the things. So I think you should all smell the things together and then maybe play a game and see how many you can get right. So blindfold one person and have them smell all the things and see if they can guess it. It's a really good recall game for your brain to help you remember all these oak aromas. And then we're going to always tie it back to a practical example, right? Go to your local friendly bottle shop and tell them what you're doing. And you could just get one bottle that clearly shows oak to play with. Or perhaps if you're in a group and you guys can chip in, you can do one bottle that shows clear American oak and one that shows clear French oak. I will have some examples of that in the PDF that goes along with the tasting, as well as the list of suggestions on how to build your oak aroma kit, and also some questions, all right? Some kind of discussion prompts to get the juices flowing in your tasting group. So to access those, they're all just in the newsletter. So if you haven't already signed up for the newsletter, you go to wineeducate.com, and it is that very bright green button at the top of the website homepage that says newsletter sign up. All right, friends, I hope you found that useful. I think it's so fun that you pretty much have all these things in the house anyway. So when you take your level 3 exam, you'll write down all the wonderful oak aromas and flavors and get all those juicy points. All right. See you on Thursday.